Hey guys, Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 7, titled Like a Keith in the Night. As Flag and Argus close in, the 11th Street kids attempt to keep the ever-increasing danger of the alternate world around them at bay. So, this is coming out a week late, mainly because I wasn't able to record last week over the weekend. And because of that, I then was getting used to my new schedule of work Friday night, work Sunday during the day, work Monday night. That my sleep schedule got a little messed up, and I wasn't able to record on Monday either before this actually needed to be released. So I'm bringing it out today, and I'm doing the finale in 2 days. So this on Monday, the finale on Wednesday, just so I actually do finish this week. But yeah, in the last episode, we found out that yes, in fact, this alternate Earth is the Nazi one, and Leota was left to wander the street alone, and that obviously went the exact way you'd think it would in a Nazi society. John revealed everything to Augie at the slightest provocation. Yes, he did get stabbed through the hand, but he probably would have told him everything without that. Um, Adrian met his doppelganger, who hates Peacemaker, which I wonder how that's going to go down between the two of them. Um, and Chris and Amelia had their heart to heart. No, Chris and Harcourt had their heart to heart, and then Amelia came in and said, "Hey, that woman's a fake." So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this episode. So let's get started in three, two, one, go. Why did it not play? Uh, let's go three, two, one, play. Sometimes the secondary play function of that button doesn't work. Wasn't that didn't Argus have its own portal? That's how um they were scanning Peacemaker's house. That still confuses me. And what happened to Judo Master? And as people pointed out, what did Keith mean by got out? How did you Okay, how did you miss that? Oh. Look, I can recognize not noticing the flags because they're all rolled up. I can understand the whole him not owning the book. How do you miss that big fucking mural? He even questioned it himself, but uh, Got a hair in the edge of my vision, clearly on my nose, but I can't find it. Hmm. Hmm. I will say this Adrian does seem a bit more focused. Well, at least he taped up his head. What was the point in that, Leota? Why not just run around? Okay, he did make it through. Even the fucking little croc thingo. Well, it's a good thing Keith was told to leave. Ow. He did take the front of it. No, you just suck at it. No, you're the dark version. He just lives in a world that you don't like. A lone black woman running from a mob of Nazis? Yeah, it was. Just say you'll get him some snacks if you. I don't really want to go back, but I want to see if everything is spelled differently here. Is Mein Kampf still spelled the same way, or you really expect me to believe the peace cycle can't fly? So much for keeping a cool head. Why are they killing the cops? That's the guy from Superman. Did he actually say that, or was that Flag manipulating him? That was it. Unstable. See, a nickname like that for someone who does seem to smile a lot is a lot better than any of the nicknames Flurry made up. Because he's dad and brother? He didn't. Do you have like something crazy internal clock, or did you just see that? And through the small crack in the blind. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I know that actor. I can't remember where from. Technically, he did not lie in anything he said because his son is not there. Also, he could have just said yes and brought out Keith. You don't even know who I am. Why didn't Judo Master have anything to say? That input was not necessary, John. God dang it, Vitch. He, he did say he didn't agree with it. Why not tie him? What was he in season one? Well, at least the subtitle said Vigilante 2. I mean, no, their world is wrong, but hmm. Yeah, this is gonna look really bad. The cops coming down and Vidge wasn't able to finish him off. So we do have the threat of him coming back. I mean, to be fair, he was always on their side. Hmm. This episode's almost over, isn't it? I am a little surprised that there was no like shock. Actually, these people were working with the Agents of Liberty against the system. They just happened to have to keep up a public appearance and everything. Like we got that with Vidge a little, but he was not keeping up the appearance of being on the side against the agents. Like I thought maybe that's what Chris was going off to Bloodhaven for. That he was going to meetings. And it but then Vigilante said that he knew Chris Smith and hated him, and he's the reason why he joined against Chris. There is the interesting fact that Augie said he didn't agree with the systems of his world, yet he did not have the strength to fight against them. Right. That wasn't even an extended scene. That's just what was happening while the others were gone. I mean, if you've been locked up in prison for months and you suddenly have access to a computer, go off, I guess. But uh, so assuming that Oggy was so he said that there was a darkness about um the main version of Oggy that he was able to sense just from a glance that he lived in a dark version of their world. And well, Keith he seemed to genuinely question why Keith would join in on chasing down Leota, even with Keith's whole. I thought one of them got out. Like he almost like he wanted his son to not participate in that mob mentality, even if everyone else would see him not participating in it. Um, he did say that he like didn't agree with it. That is the biggest sticking point. Like, it assumed that this is a world where the Nazis won. So, someone who had white supremacist values would um come up and be very prestigious in that world. And we see that Augie, who in the main universe had white supremacist values, was very prodigious in this alternate world. Like, it would make sense for him to be the same. He seemed absolute. He did seem genuinely upset to be compared with a Nazi, though. Even though this is a Nazi world. So that's very interesting. I am jumping ahead because I did say wanted to see um whether the version of Mein Kampf was spelt correctly. Let's see. Just gotta wait for the. Yeah, no, that's spelt the same. It does make sense that that would be one of the few things that are correct in that world. Also, apparently, Halloween is a German band. I've never heard of that. I want to double check that. Um, yes, Halloween is a German power metal band founded in Hamburg in 1984. Okay. And I'm they're also spelt the same. Like all the other bands, Cheetos, Cheerios, all those had one letter off or slight difference. Yet the two things from Germany were completely correct. It possibly was that the song was different. Like I said, I'd never actually heard of the band, but um but yeah, they left Vigilante from the other universe wasn't able to take out Keith. Either he had to leave because of the cops, or he just didn't see the need for it. He did at least close the door for them, but that could leave someone open for if this world is ever explored again to come back. Like if there's a crisis event down the path. Because those are probably the biggest crossovers in DC. Infinite Crisis, Crisis on Two Earths, Crisis on Earth X is the Arrowverse one. Crisis on Infinite Worlds, Infinite Crisis. It was Infinite Crisis, or was that Marvel? Nope, that was a DC one. Um, All of those, they're like the big culmination storylines of all of the heroes and all the multiverse and all of that. A couple of them were, yes, rebooting the universe. Specifically, Crisis on Infinite Earths was one of them. Was that the one that started the New 52? Or was that the one that closed off the New 52 into the rebirth? There's also that whole year of the villains bringing Perpetua from the Dark Multiverse. I don't think that one had Crisis in the title, but that was another big one. So if it is building to that, which probably is way down the line, we have someone in this world who is already established to lead the villain side of the crossover. But yeah, or maybe he just succumbs to his injuries. That could always be the thing too. But I'm gonna end this one here. I'm very interested to see what happens in the finale, because this could have been a finale in and of itself. But with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.